What body frames are good for the different distances of triathlon? Like, just do races, Trainiacs, okay? Just do them. What's up, Trainiacs? I am ending the day the way that I started it. This is gonna be like a little bit of an inception vlog. Well, not really. Basically, it starts with my end of the day, ends with my start of the day. Because I want to get you the meat of what I'm here to talk about today right now. Busy day today. Busy day. Shooting lots of videos, making lots of videos. But anyway, what we're here to answer today, because somebody brought it up, I think last week, in the comments below. By the way, I love comments below. Challenge. What is the most random comment that can be in the comments section? Like, comment, or nice nose, Taren, or I wish you did more handstands. Anyway, that person said, what are the body types that do best in triathlon, the different distances of triathlon? So if you don't know, we'll see if we can put some sort of a graphic on the screen for this, but there are three primary body types. There is an ectomorph, which is your thin person, your tall person, your lanky person that say, no matter how much I eat, I can't gain weight. And then there's your mesomorph. That's like your athletic build person, like your broad shoulders but doesn't carry a ton of extra body fat. And then there's the endomorph. That's what Triathlon Taren used to be when I was my 215-pound self. That's your big person. That's the person that carries a lot of fat around the belly. Tends to be shorter. But then that kind of got me thinking, all right, what body frames are good for the different distances of triathlon? Because there's actually, in my opinion, a fairly significant difference when you start getting into the elite ranks, the top 1% of 1% of 1%, and at that level, genetics plays a huge part in it. Your lung capacity, your cardiovascular system, your ability to withstand pain, your body structure, all goes into making those, like, it was a long day. Making those amazing triathletes so amazing. It's not just hard work. There's a lot of luck and genetic factors involved. So the trends that I've noticed in triathlon as it relates to body type are that, in general, lighter, more ectomorphic people, lankier, skinnier, lighter people tend to do better in the shorter distance races, the sprint distance races, and the Olympic distance races. Think about people like Mario Mola, Gwen Jorgensen, Alistair and Johnny Brownlee. These people are very, very slight and wiry. And we haven't seen it necessarily in the past in Ironman distance, because in Ironman distance, it wasn't as specialized as it is today. It was basically like the fastest any Ironman athlete was going to win the Ironman. But because it's becoming such a focused sport that people are graduating up from the ITU distances into Ironman, what we're seeing is more elitism going into it. Does that make sense? There are more elite athletes going into Ironman, and we're seeing a bit of a differentiation of body types that do well and body types that don't. What I've been seeing is that at the full Ironman distance, the people that do well tend to be heavier set. They're bigger, they're more muscular. I think the reason for this is because there's so much pounding going into your body for so long that your body needs to be strong enough to withstand that pounding. So if you look at people like Sebastian Kienle, Ben Hoffman, Jan Frodeno, Marinda Carfrae, Daniela Ryf, these people, while they're not overweight, they are really muscular. They're freaking jacked. They look solid. They don't look like toothpicks. I have actually seen, and I actually predicted this, I wish I remembered which vlog this was in, when Alistair Brownlee stepped up to the half Ironman distance, my question was, is his body going to be able to withstand that extra pounding? Well, he came out and he dropped it like it was hot in 2 half Ironman distance races, and now out for the rest of the season with a massive hip surgery that is borderline career ending for some people. And he's had a history of getting dinged up. I think it may be because he's slighter built. Now, does that mean if you're a skinnier person, you should be doing sprint distance, Olympic distance, and saying, no, I can't do half irons and full irons because I'm not gonna be able to get through it? Or if you're really muscular, you say, well, automatically, I'm a full Ironman athlete. No. that's not the case. This is basically at the elite of the elite of the elite. For the rest of us mere mortals out there, do whatever you want. At the level that most of us are at, it's not gonna make a huge difference to the point that you can't race in one discipline where you're built for another. I, myself, am basically not built to do endurance sports. I am built to be a sprinter or a track cyclist, like go bam, really fast for about 20 or 30 seconds. Like, look at these things, these tree trunks, these things are huge. You should see these in person. You'd be like, whoa man, you got some gams on you, gams. And I'd be like, yeah, I know, I got good gams. Like, I am built for power, not endurance. But here I am doing endurance sports and doing pretty okay. The thing that you do need to be a little bit conscious of that is really helpful working with a guy like Coach Pat is what he has me doing is basically overcoming my predisposition to having nothing but raw power, because I like to train with raw power. When I wasn't working with Pat, I was doing a ton of work on raw power because I like doing it and it was easy for me. And what he's been trying to basically undo and gear me more towards is long, sustained tempo work. And what we're trying to do is convert as much of the fast twitch, like the power muscle fibers, to slow twitch and get more of my body geared towards being an endurance athlete. And it seems to be working. Like, my long sustained power numbers, they're slowly creeping up, and my instant power numbers are staying the same. Like, just do races, Trainiacs, okay? Just do them. On that note, start the inception of the day. I bike rode this morning. Yeah, I rode bikes. The Great White Flu of 2017 is over. Thank you. Merciful crap, Trainiacs, did that feel good. After 4 days of bed rest with, as one of you Trainiacs referred to it, the Great White Flu of 2017. Good, well, good to be out and active, even as short as that ride was. We were 40K in an hour 22. It's about 10K short because days are getting shorter, so we're actually a half hour later start than we normally are. We've also all got to break out the nog lights on the back, headlight on the front. What's it called where you've got the lenses that are clear when it's perfectly dark out and then darker when it gets a little lighter? What's that called? I don't know what that's called. These are one of my favorite things that Rudy Project sent me in the little care package. Big fan of those. Game changers when it's dark out. But yeah, that felt very, very good. Well, like, relatively speaking, I definitely had heavy leg syndrome, and when they picked it up past about 40K per hour, phew, gone off the back. All right, healthy smoothie. Let's go.